This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody, this is the Ramble. I'm Alex. We're here until midnight tonight on the East Coast of the United States of America. And hello after about almost 2 weeks off. Actually, we took off our long winter's nap, as I call it, in which we do kind of a thing, just a lot of repeats. Okay, but here we are. We're back with you, attempting to do something here which is relevant, and we're going to keep doing it till we get it right. But as we do each and every, let's see here what's the day today? On the Monday, Wednesday. I'm out of it. Hold on a second. I'm trying to do things here at the same time. Every Wednesday is we go in and we check in with one of our favorite people in the whole world. Yeah, sure. What is that? You got your green screen, but it's showing the rest of your room.
Oh, well, I'm just going to have to put up with it for now. I've got to buy one like yours.
No. That isn't it. You should have yourself bigger and framed more. You're framed
okay.
Terribly in there.
All right. Well, I just did a quick thing. Obedia didn't call me back to set up
Who's
the big...
Obedia? Where do you find these pieces of shit that you're using for equipment?
From Personas. They recommended Obedia as a company.
Personas is another piece of crap.
Well, hey, welcome back.
No, what you do is you buy your equipment based upon how much money it costs.
No, if I wanted that, there's other ones that are far more expensive.
But look up at the very corner. See how bad that is? You've got to. Don't you have a way that you can make your picture bigger?
Yeah, probably.
Bring it in. Yeah.
Let me make that smaller. Let me make this bigger.
No, you got to make you got it. Don't you have a program that changes the size and stuff of your picture? Oh, there we go. Now you got to make it go up and down.
But now
you got to make it go the other way. Other way. Keep going. Keep going.
Stein?
And now make it go over to the left a little bit here.
Okay.
The other way. See?
No,
other way.
You want to go to the left?
There you go. Center. No, go over again the other way. Other way.
Okay.
Other way. A little bit more. There we go. And now up.
Up.
Okay.
It doesn't go any further up.
Okay. Well, that's the best you're going to do. Okay. Well,
all right.
Do we have to go through this every week? What?
Welcome back to the Ramble.
Yeah, I really don't want to be here, but
That's all right. Just go to black. Hey, did you get COVID?
Did I get COVID? No.
Yeah. No? Okay. Well, you'd said that Marjorie was exposed to someone, or you and Marjorie were exposed to someone that tested positive, and I was just...
Marjorie was exposed by her accountant at the work.
Yeah.
The accountant was supposed to, sit next to her and work on the books. And then 2 days later, he wrote her and said, I just tested positive for COVID. Yeah. So we're thinking, that's it. We got COVID. And we waited. It's been like 2 weeks now. We don't have any COVID, so...
And who got the test? Marjorie or you?
No. Neither of us got the test.
Oh,
we just didn't get it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to test it and we were positive, we would have gotten it already. But we did send away for some of the home test things.
Oh, how do you send away for those? Where do you go?
You go online, and you go to various sites that sell these things and buy them.
Oh, I
Haven't
thought
you
they
heard
were.
about it? It's called the intranet.
Nah, I thought they were free from the government.
Oh, no, this wasn't free from the government. This was $20 for 2 of them.
Oh, I thought it was like government cheese. You get the cheese, or you can get the COVID test, or you can get both.
No, the government doesn't even know where to get them. Okay, let's face it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. I just wanted to let you know I am a friend of Donald Trump. I got a piece of mail today. Mm-hmm. I haven't opened it yet. It's from my president, Donald J. Trump.
Well, he's not president anymore.
It says right up there that he's president.
Does it say president? Well, he can still call himself president, can't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the sad part about it,
Let's see what he's got.
Okay, open up the envelope and put it up to your forehead, and we'll give you the answer. Who's a piece of shit?
Well, it's a 2022 member statement. My membership is pending, and the amount requested is $35. Well, I guess he thinks I'm a cheap screw now.
Wait a minute. Now, let me get this straight. Isn't this guy supposed to be a billionaire?
Yeah, but...
So why does he come hat in hand trying to get money out of you?
Well, this is from the Republican National Committee. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, they spelled my name right. And they're looking for $35. Now, if it's on his stationery. See? Look at that.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's not that, it's not that hard to...
getting out of focus a little bit, but and it's got his signature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess I'll put that in the grinder because I'm not giving any more money.
Not good money after bad, right?
I gave him enough. He wanted to get elected. I did my part. It wouldn't have mattered how much I gave. If you...
Oh, you know something? I forgot to put your picture on.
Oh.
Well, see, this is what happens when I come back after a long vacation. I don't remember to do that. So nobody had to see you adjusting the picture and all of that. Okay? Now they can see you.
Yeah, but I'm not really in focus. I don't know why.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
All right.
You're in focus.
The background is...
No, you are. You are. You're in focus, too.
Okay.
Luckily, people didn't have to see us going through that whole thing of, setting up your picture and stuff.
You missed how the salami is made. And people want to know. Hey, by the way, you're a Nikon fan, right?
No.
Well, you bought Nikon for Marjorie.
Yeah, because she's a Nikon fan.
Well, today I got an email that I am within 10 days of receiving my new camera. Nikon sent out to their what they call NPS members, which is their Nikon Professional Services members.
Oh, yeah, okay. You're another sucker for that.
Well, it's free. But if you pre-ordered, and it's not easy to become a Nikon professional. You have to be recommended by another.
Either that or be a sucker for their cameras.
Yeah, well, I'm getting the Z9. Have you seen what they say about that on the internet? Or
no, I don't. Film cameras. Is this still a film camera?
It's 8K as well.
It's 8K. Yeah. Wow, that's terrific.
It'll take up to 120 frames a second on the regular camera, but those aren't raw. It'll take 20 raw a second.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, you would probably get more listeners if you had like a photo show. Because
you want to do a photo show? I got a lot of free time.
Maybe eventually, it might be interesting. People like photo.
Learn how to overspend for a camera with Phil. I think that's what we'll call the show.
This one guy I know, Jared Polin, he's got 1.5 million followers on YouTube, and another guy I know, Matt.
I don't care.
Got 600,000.
I don't care.
all they do is they open up cameras.
There's a little girl somewhere out in the Midwest who has like 10 million followers.
That's because if you pay on Patreon, she'll strip for you.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so you know what we bought?
No, tell me, what did you buy?
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, and mine's not.
Well, we bought two things.
Yeah.
I had our printer go out, so I bought a new printer.
Yeah, what'd you get?
I got another HP.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like the old HP, only it's the more modern, newer version that costs $150 more than the old one did.
Yeah, but the ink they really get you on because it lasts for about 7 pages.
I don't go for their ink. I go get my own ink.
Yeah.
I go get the stink ink. Yeah.
Well, you didn't buy the one that Shaquille O'Neal hawks. It's a Epson where it's got the paint. It's got the the things and you add the ink.
You add the ink. It's all. They're still all going to charge you the same amount of money for the goddamn ink.
According to them, they give you a year and a half or 3 years worth of free ink. I forgot whether it's a year and a half or 3 years.
Yeah, but they determine how much you're going to need.
Well, if
the thing with HP is you can get their thing, and the machine will actually send a message to them that you need more ink, and then they'll send you more ink, but they'll only send it to you in various packets of like 100 pages.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I just as soon go out, buy the cheap ink for about $60, get probably twice the amount of use out of it, and so that's money.
Is that why you had to replace your machine because the cheap ink?
No, because the thing when it said it was printing and nothing came out. Oh. So after a while, I just said to hell with it. So I called Instacart, wrote and ordered an HP printer, and it was here within an hour.
Unbelievable.
So anyway, so that was that. That was our one. Mm-hmm. But we had a bigger buy that we did. This is exciting.
Refrigerator?
Stove. Our stove, our oven is not, you put it on 400 and it goes up to 400, but then while it's cooking, it goes down to 300 and 200 and 150, and it doesn't hold, which means something's wrong with the thermostat, which I could have fixed, but this thing is 18 years old. So we just decided, get rid of it, so we have a new one coming. So we're getting a brand new stove that has Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi in the stove?
Wi-Fi in the stove. Yeah.
So what, you can tell your phone to start dinner? And,
it can hook up to Echo, to Alexa. And you just say, turn the oven on to 350 and we want to cook for an hour or something like that, and it'll just do it for you. Yeah.
Now, with all of those signals running around your apartment, you're not afraid of cancer?
Oh, I'm afraid of cancer anyway.
Yeah.
So are you.
I'm thinking that, maybe I'm going to be more susceptible to it. And the other thing I'm looking at online is what are the symptoms of Alzheimer's and dementia? Those are.
Don't worry. By the time you look it up, you won't remember.
That's true. That's how I spend my mornings. Here's the 7 signs of dementia. Yeah. Early dementia.
Yeah, early dementia.
That's in the morning.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's there's my thrilling buy for the things that break that you got to replace.
Yeah.
So it cost us $12.95 for the stove, and it cost us about $275 for the printer. Something like that. $225. I can't remember. What?
You live in large.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten to the point where I just spend the money. What the hell? When I run out, we sell Marjorie's apartment.
Is this stove gas or convection?
Oh, it's gas and convection.
Really?
Yeah. They have everything. They have convection. It's convection in there. And what is it? There's one other thing it has. It does. It fries things like chicken. It'll fry it without oil.
Oh, so it's an air fryer.
Air fryer. It's a convection, which is convection, I think.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's all for the price of what you would have paid for a stove 5 years ago. And I get a lot less. So,
and that's for the price of 3 meals out. So, hey, getting on to other wonderful things. I guess you got a new mayor. What do you think of him?
Oh, I hate every politician in New York State.
Yeah.
This new guy, Eric Adams, so far he doesn't float my boat. Plus, I hear something, and this may did you hear this?
No.
He's a Negro.
You're kidding.
He's a Negro. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know.
But he's just not. I don't know. He's just not. It didn't never appeal to me. I would have voted for him, but only because I'm not going to go vote for the Republican.
Sliwa?
Sliwa? No, I was going to vote for him.
Oh, he was a Republican.
Well, he's a fan of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that how you support your fans?
Yeah, by not voting for them. Hey, Charlie Wallace is going to run for something, but I'll vote for him because he's a lefty. See?
But I heard he was black.
You're right. He's a Negro too.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's waiting to come on here, so he'll be one of the first people on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
hey,
huh?
Charlie, I don't think he posted that there's 450,000 dead.
Just did.
Here?
Yeah.
Is that what he posted?
Yeah. What was it in 2 days or something? We had over 1 million cases in America.
Yeah, it's Trump's fault.
But I hope everybody gets. What is it? The Omega, the Omegatron.
Yeah, Omicron.
Omicron.
People are falling like flies out here.
They're not falling. They're not dying.
They're getting the COVID.
Yeah, but they say there's some people in Europe now that believe, and this is science, okay, believe that Omicron may actually be the COVID killer.
That's the Israelis. They're saying that it may lead to herd immunity.
Well, what they're saying is so many people are getting it, and by getting it, they're getting, antibodies.
Yeah.
And yet they're not getting it where it's going to kill them.
Right.
Okay, it's not a particularly pernicious form of this. It is a form of COVID, but it's some people have died of it. Some people have been on respirators in hospitals, but for the most part, people just get a little bit of sick, especially if they've already been inoculated, and then they're okay. So there is a belief that maybe this might be the Omicron. The Omicron might be the COVID killer.
Oh, I really hope so. It looks like each one we've had since the first COVID-19 that originally came 2 years ago, each variant seems to be a little different, a little weaker.
Not with Delta. Delta was very dangerous, much more dangerous than any of the others. Yeah. The only reason the others were more dangerous is because we didn't have any way to solve the problem.
But people who got Delta weren't hospitalized as much if they were vaccinated.
If they got Delta, yeah, they didn't. Yeah, and here with Omicron, they're not getting particularly ill if they've been vaccinated.
Yeah. But I'm seeing people all over the place. If you look on Facebook, this guy says he's got COVID, and this guy says he's got COVID. It's it's happening. It's happening more. There are more cases, and I think you're right.
Oh no, here in New York, I mean, it's like I think 1 out of 4 people are getting it now. I mean, it's really bad. It's really bad. But if I were to get it, I probably would get a bad flu, and I'd be in bed and I wouldn't like it. But after it was over, I would be more immune to it than I would be with just having the 3 shots.
A couple weeks ago, I said that the numbers that they were talking about for the people that are vaccinated is 200 million. And I said that I don't think they're counting the, I don't know how many million cases, was it 58 million or something, cases of COVID that we've had over the last couple of years. And I said, I don't think they're counting those people as having the antibodies, the people that are actually took the shot. But if they did add those people into the mix, wouldn't we be closer to herd immunity?
I don't know. Right now everybody is kind of mad at the CDC because they don't feel the CDC is giving them any kind of believable guidance. They keep changing the guidance every day, and they're not. It just hasn't been going very well. And a lot of people are questioning the CDC as well. They should. The CDC should have been a little more cautious in what they said people should do. Okay.
You know how to get a better rap? Change. They'd have to do is change their name to CBD, and
okay, yeah. But anyway, so I think that Omicron may actually wind up being the COVID killer. And we may find that there isn't a strain after this one, or if there is one, it's very weak.
Yeah. It'd be so nice to get back to normal.
It would be nice to get back to normal. See, my question is, and I guess Charlie will have something to say about this, and Alan's waiting to come on the line. In fact, why don't we bring them on anyway, so they can maybe put their 2 cents worth in about this, because both of them seem to have knowledge in this area.
We have nothing else to do.
Yeah, but the question is, hello guys, how are you? And I imagine Phil will stick with us. Let me get rid of Phil's name here, because it's what?
Extremely sticky.
What'd you say?
I said I'm sticky.
Oh, you're sticky?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're sticky?
I said I'm going to stick with you.
You're sticking with me. Okay, you're sticky. Anyway, do either of you disagree with what I'm saying about Omicron, that it may wind up being the COVID killer?
Yeah, because it doesn't go in the lungs. Apparently, it just affects the tubes, but not the actual lung tissue itself, and so it doesn't kill you.
But you're getting the antibodies.
Yeah, you're getting the antibodies.
Yeah. So now that makes it harder for COVID to come get you. So if you've already had the shots and so on, and you still get a breakthrough, you're going to be doubly protected by having had the antibodies. Am I right or am I wrong, Alan?
Yeah, it's a mess. So if you get you'll end up with some antibodies.
By the way, none of what he says is medical advice. Okay, let me just say that so people don't take this as medical.
Well, yeah,
advice.
I have a degree in biology, medical biology.
I don't want to have the same fate as Joe Rogan. Go ahead. Yeah.
So from what I know about it is that the news is comparing it to South Africa. They recovered quickly. The thing is, in South Africa, the average age is 26 years old. That isn't true in England or in America. And so you still don't want to get it. And, will it add to people, people that don't have the vaccine, get it and survive it, will have some antibodies. But will it add anything for you and me, the rest of us that have been vaccinated and boosted? Probably not really.
Well, we don't know, but there is a theory, as I say, the Israelis are believe this, and several other countries are starting to think about this in these terms, that really Omicron may be the COVID killer.
It's possible. It's possible, but I think Omicron is going to be around it'll be endemic, like versus pandemic. Endemic is like the flu. It comes seasonally and stuff. I think we will continue to have.
Well, every year, like you get a flu shot, you'll get a COVID shot.
Yeah, because COVID will continue forever in our lifetimes. One of the things that one of the virologists said is that, people are concerned about how long they need to get a COVID shot, and he said probably the rest of your lives. He said, so one of the flu shots that we all get 3 or 4 different shots for flus to protect us, goes back 100 years to the Spanish flu. It's one of the things that's in a yearly shot. So, it's over 100 years old, that flu, and we're still getting the vaccine for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you are out of focus, Phil.
Yeah.
I heard you. I didn't see you.
Oh, wait a minute. My eyesight has been terrible lately. Let me look and see if he's out of focus.
Actually, the wallpaper is clear, Phil.
Yeah.
You don't
But
look
you
that
are
out.
not.
You don't look that out of focus. Did you change cameras or something, Phil?
You got a really bright light on your bald spot. If you turn the light down, maybe that would help.
I'll have to turn it off.
It's got my drapes up again.
Yeah. It almost makes your drapes look good, Tony.
That's right.
You
That's
know what?
what
He's
I
look cleaner
thought.
than mine. I gotta have to take these down and throw them for a loop. I'm afraid to take them down. My sister's dying to take them down. Alex, I think I had COVID on Monday or Sunday.
On Monday, you had a touch of the COVID, did you?
I'm going to tell you what happened. I didn't mean to interrupt. I went to my sister's for Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah,
She says, come on over, you and my brother. I said, all right, we'll come over. So I went over for dinner, right? My brother-in-law, his brother came down from Jersey and his family, a couple of people. So I stayed for like 2 hours. They ate dinner because we just walked home then. I got a couple of days later, she called me. She says, how are you feeling, Ed? I says, I'm feeling all right. Don't put anything in my head. I'm like you, Alex, because I'll go crazy over it. She says, why? What's the matter, Ned? Well, don't get nervous because you're boosted up. I says, yeah, I'm boosted. I says, all right, who had COVID at the party? I said, Darren's brother, Dougie. He tested positive.
Why did you go to a party?
Hey, exactly. I didn't wanna
Wait a
go.
minute, you fucking moron.
Exactly. Christmas Eve. I couldn't eat fish at home, right? My brother was making pasta at home just for us. I was going to watch It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
She's giving me, come on, Mommy would want you to come over. I said, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mommy would want me to stay home.
Mom's dead from COVID, okay? So
Exactly.
what does Mom know?
So then get this, right? So get this. I'm listening to what Alex said. Why is Shecky on the trip? I'm reading the news. The boats are getting hit. You hit it on the head, right? No Nostradamus. Alex, the boats, I'm reading the news, are all getting hit with COVID. And I went to my sister's fucking house like a moron. I kid you not, I'm watching a football game Sunday, right? So my brother's girlfriend comes over to him. Hey, you want to go see Spider-Man? I'm on the couch. I'm like, Greg, I says, I think I got flu. Or I got this fucking, Alex, I was knocked out. And I'm usually up watching the games, flipping the channel.
I
went to sleep at 10 o'clock.
To begin with, don't drink coffee before you come on the show.
I know, I'm drinking it again.
Just don't drink coffee before you come on the show.
I'm
Please,
sorry.
Tony.
Well, anyway, I was out of it for
Wait a
2
minute,
days.
wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. You don't just get COVID. Like, I didn't feel well that night, and so I went to bed, and you got up the next morning, you were fine, right?
No, I was still tired Monday, Alex. I was trying to ship out my comics. I went to the post office, ran home, and then remember what you just said to Phil? I said, I'm going to go get one of these fucking COVID tests to take home. I went to CVS, we're sold out. I went to Wayland's, we're sold out. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Haven't you
Where's
watched
my
the
body?
news? Haven't you watched the news? They're all sold out, Tony.
I haven't even watched it. And then I says, I can't get shit. I said, my sister's like, don't worry about it. You're not going near anybody. I feel better now. Maybe I kind of wore it out then. I was tired, Alex.
Doesn't
My
happen
sister kept
next
checking
week.
on me.
Call your doctor and go get a PCR test.
Oh, I went to the urologist. He went right up there too, Alex.
What does that have to do with COVID?
Yeah, really.
I got scared. I got raped in the office. I'm telling you, it was horrible. He wouldn't let me go, Alex.
My doctor, inserted something in my ass. My urologist,
He said it was all smooth.
then I told him, "Would you please take your hands off my shoulders?"
He had me scared. I was worried. He says, everything is smooth, nothing to worry about. Come back for blood work. Oh, I was like, oh my God. I said, I'm officially old.
God, he is all coffeeed up tonight, isn't
I
he?
am.
Really,
I'm
you
like
know
a
what?
nervous wreck.
The part that is not
I'm
telling
on like a mixture of
Why?
vanilla blend and regular.
the part Tony's not telling you is he had an erection the whole time.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for all your participation tonight, Tony. It's really good.
Yeah.
Well, you better have COVID after that,
But the other 2 days, I was like totally out of it.
Hey, Alex.
My sister's like,
Yeah, I think I had a touch of the syphilis over the weekend, but I'm not
I
sure.
was thinking when I was in the office, Alex says, I don't believe this. I'm officially old. I said, my dude,
He's active tonight because he thought he was on Jack's show.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh,
I
okay.
can't keep the
What
house.
happened? You got cut off, Phil. What did you
Oh,
say?
I think Tony was active tonight because he thought it was Jack's show.
Oh,
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah. So what is it you bought, Phil? You said you were working on something. You were installing something? What, a new audio board?
Well, my Presonus came back a few months ago from being repaired, but
And it was, and by the way, it was negative. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, really? Oh, oh no, I thought he had a test.
So I plugged in all the things I had to plug in, but I don't know how to program it. It's too complicated. So there's a service that I subscribe to that can get on my computer and set everything
Why
up.
don't you do this? Why don't you get what I got and you just plug it in and plug in all your microphones and you're good to go?
That's the other one. That's the one I'm using. Is the one I bought when this one went down. I bought this cheap one, and it's easy. You plug it in, and it's
Yeah.
it's even got a tube.
God,
audio.
I'm sorry I even asked. Yeah, because we'll get a complete explanation on how he overspent for something.
He spends like a drunken sailor, I'm telling you.
No, drunken sailors sober up eventually.
That's true, yeah.
How longer am I going to be around? And if I get Alzheimer's, dementia, I'm already constipated. That's one of the 7 signs.
Is
So-
it really?
Yeah.
You should do those.
Oh, I
crossword
think
puzzles.
I
That's
think
probably good for the
I
brain.
think my prostate cancer's come back.
I thought really? No, I can't come back. You got zapped, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it probably can't come back for about 5 years. It can come back.
I came back after a year and a half.
It came
Really?
back.
What the hell did that?
Yeah. It was a year and a half after they took out the prostate. And then I went through 7 weeks of radiation. And the last 2 tests that I've had showed no PSA.
Well, then how did it come back?
When there was some that must have been in the blood, some of the things when they took it out. And eventually it came back. And when
But if it came back, what did they do when it came back?
I got radiation every day for 7 weeks.
Oh, really? And then it went away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm sure everybody out there watching this, this certainly gets the young listeners, doesn't it?
I'm nervous, Rick.
It's better because it's going to happen to them.
it's what they got to look forward to.
Yep.
So I just got news that my 24-year-old nephew, who says that he takes care of everything, he's been boosted. He's just turned positive for COVID. He lives with my 90-year-old mother, and
Oh,
now
God.
she's a wreck.
Jeez.
And so, yeah, I mean, can you?
You know, what we're doing, we're not going out at all.
I don't even want to go out anymore.
But then
I'm going
again,
to
we
both
didn't go
levels
out
of the
before, so it doesn't.
room.
I go to dinner to a restaurant,
Mhm.
and if it's busy, I won't eat in there.
I won't eat inside either.
I'll eat inside.
I
of the
won't even go
restaurant.
out. I'm not even taking the chance. If I have to go to the store for groceries, I go to the store for groceries. But what we're doing is we're ordering everything from Instacart and from Fresh Direct. And
I like
from,
the Fresh Direct, Alex. I like that.
we get stuff from Zabar's and Instacart. We get stuff from Costco on Instacart. We get stuff from Fairway and Instacart. We don't go out shopping,
I like the Fresh Direct, too.
Yeah, I mean, and right now in New York, it's like you go out and you think you're actually going to see COVID in the air.
Yeah.
You're going to see these little spiked things floating around.
Yeah, with Omicron, the 6 foot staying away from people is now 12 feet.
Oh,
because
really?
It goes out farther. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I told Marjorie.
You're smart, Alex, to stay home.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd like to go out. I'd like to take a walk. But then again, we're very lucky because the temperature right now is 41 degrees and it's going down tonight and it's supposed to snow overnight. So am I going to go out for a walk? I don't think so.
No.
Marjorie post something earlier that said it was 19 degrees.
Yes,
I
this
like
morning
it
when
cold.
she got up, she looked at her, at her iPhone and she made a screen grab of it and it was 19 degrees.
Wow.
That's cold. Damn cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
If it's 60 degrees, Phil's complaining.
balls climbing up into your throat cold.
Me too.
You know,
Oh, I love the cold weather.
No kidding.
you love the cold weather. I like cold better than hot.
Yeah, me too. Because I can sleep so much better. Like I throw a blanket, I'll watch TV, and I just sleep better in the winter.
I've been sleeping 9 hours every day now.
Oh, that's good. You're supposed to get a good 8.
Yeah, well, a good
Now,
8.
as you get older, sometimes it's harder to sleep. And if you're getting 9 hours sleep, that's great, Alex.
Well, I take
Every
every night I take my
Oh,
pregabalin,
you
and
take
it puts
I
me
take
out.
vitamin C
But
now and
it
then.
also makes it impossible for me to figure out how to do stuff anymore. You know.
My brother's looking at me on the couch with my warm blanket on, like I'm not Nuke of the North. I'm not leaving the house. Leave me alone.
Hey, look! We haven't even paid any attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, can somebody cut the audio on Tony for 5 minutes?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like we cut the audio on John Larkin because he hasn't said anything
Oh, I'm
tonight.
here. I'm just listening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
How you doing, Jeff?
Happy New Year.
yeah. What did y'all do for New Year? What did you do for New Year?
What did I do? I just went to a couple of bars, in that, in around the town and stuff.
Mhm.
And I went home early. I wasn't feeling too good. I mean, I drank too much, so I went home early.
Good.
Yeah.
Just
I
as
did.
long as you stayed safe and
I watched Miley Cyrus or whatever her name is on shaking her ass on
Oh,
TV.
you watch Miley Cyrus drop the ball?
No, she was shaking her ass on it was called the Miley Cyrus and Pete Davidson Welcome in the New Year.
Yeah.
Hey, John, her top came off. I thought there was a boob exposure.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well,
Well, her ass was hanging out. I mean,
And
You
somebody,
say that like that's a bad thing.
oh,
it was great.
somebody handed her a blazer after her top fell off.
Yeah,
And she finished the show wearing this red blazer.
yeah.
Gotta hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Well,
They
she
ran the
she
blazer.
doesn't have
Like Charlie says, boy, and you guys
she
talk
doesn't,
like that's
as
a
they
bad
say in the
thing.
South, have biggins. She's
Nice. She's
but
got a
the-
nice ass.
a nice ass. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
somebody's daughter.
Hmm?
That's somebody's daughter, actually.
Yeah,
Billy
but
Ray
you-
Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus. So anybody with a mullet, I don't give a shit. You know. Yeah, she's somebody's daughter. That's for damn sure. And then you got. Will somebody explain to me why Pete Davidson is a thing?
Playing Joe Ramone too. I can't see it.
The
Who?
kids love him.
Who?
He's playing
Yeah.
Joe Ramone in the Netflix documentary. I'm pissed off about it. I can't see.
He's
this show.
playing Joey
I was
Ramone.
going to tell you that. Can you see any of Joe Ramone in this guy? I can't see it. It's a terrible choice, I think.
It's a horrible choice.
Exactly. I would have thought that kid Adam Driver could have been Joe.
There are a lot of people that could be Joey Ramone.
But Pete Davidson, Alex?
I mean, Joey Ramone was a good friend of mine.
I know. I'm so.
And-
that's one of my highlights of knowing you, that you knew Joey. That's like,
Oh,
he's my favorite.
I
love
technically,
the
they
Beatles.
referred to me as the fifth Ramone. You know,
I would have loved to see them.
It was, but no, I knew Joey, and Joey used to sleep on the couch at the radio station waiting
I know
for me
you
to
said
come
that.
into work.
Alex, he was that tall, Alex. He seemed really
Oh, he was
dank.
really tall. Yeah,
He was really, yeah.
really tall. A nice guy, sweet guy.
That's what they all say. He was like a real.
But not Pete Davidson.
No, I mean, I am disgusted by it. I mean, who am I? But I'm like, you got to be kidding me. They couldn't find a nobody to play it.
And what's with him? I mean, he gets who was the first woman he was going out with that he got all crazy about, and then she dumped him, and he tried to commit suicide.
Oh, really? I didn't even know.
Ariana Grande, yeah.
Really?
And then a couple other people. Now he's with Kim Kardashian.
Really? Oh my God!
I mean,
That's
he
wrong
must
with
have
the
the
acting.
longest.
making the rounds,
He must
huh?
have the longest penis in America,
Really? No
because
kidding.
looks ain't going to do it for him.
It's like a tripod.
Davidson.
Pete
I know he's
Davidson.
from Staten Island.
you ever do? How would I?
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live.
It's
Come
called
on,
The Dark
Bill.
9/11. He was a fireman, I think.
I haven't watched that.
His father was killed in 9/11.
In 9/11, he's a
Fireman
fireman.
Was he really? I didn't know that.
New
Yeah,
York.
he
I
was,
thought
yeah.
that was only in that
Relative was
movie.
on the force.
No, no, if you Google him, Pete Davidson, his father was an NYFD firefighter that was killed in one of the towers.
Wow. Huh.
Yep, it's true.
So we have
And
to
then
go.
Pete
So that means we have to
Davidson's a
go.
Jew.
That means we have to go easier on him.
I guess. I mean, his father was a hero. I mean, I don't know the. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
Pete
know.
Davidson wasn't a hero. Okay.
No, you're right about that. I mean, I have nothing. I don't know who. I just know he's on. I just like Joe Ramone. It's like you got. I'm still a little up in arms about this.
I didn't know he was going to play Joey Ramone.
You know,
but
if you
that's,
had another
When I
cup of
found out, I
coffee,
was vomiting. I said, really?
that's a bad casting
He's
choice.
Joey, here's Pete. I don't see any. Can he even act? I don't even know. He's more of a comedian, but I mean,
Boy,
not that I'm
you
taking
and
it-
Coffee do not get
I
along.
know.
Tony.
Blame my sister. She gave me all these blends, so now I'm mixing them together and trying.
Oh, jeez.
You should mute me,
I
Alex,
drink
'cause I'm a little
coffee.
agitated,
I drink
you know.
coffee here, and you don't hear me. You know.
Coffee gets me all perked up.
In
I can watch
fact,
Jack Baby
you
like
sound
before in
on
the morning.
coffee like most people I know sound like on Coke.
You're right. That's me. This is my vice. I
Yeah.
can stay up all night watching old TV shows now. That's what I do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what we did? We binge watched over the weekend. Yellowstone. Yeah,
You like that? I heard you talking about. You like it?
it's
that a
it's
good show?
good show.
Yeah, I check that out. I got it in my.
What'd you
watch-
say? What'd you say?
How many seasons?
4.
You binged the whole 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You know, I've watched all 4 seasons. I watched the finale the other night. The finale was, you know, it looked like it could have been the last show of the last season, and not.
Well, they always do every show like it's the last show of the last season because they don't know if they're going to get another season. They are getting another season.
This is one of the most popular shows lately on.
Well, the thing is, the next one they're doing the shooting in May, and it comes out next March, a year from this March, and I'm thinking to myself, fine, but I may be dead by then. You know, couldn't you do it a little faster if you don't mind? You know.
Well, you know, it's a good show. I really enjoy it. Matter of fact, I told a friend of mine who doesn't watch it, I said, is this really popular show? And there's a lot of popular music that's around it. And he's a PD for a country western station. So I said, why don't you start featuring the music of Yellowstone? I don't know if he's done it.
You know what bothered me about the fourth season, though? Too many horses chasing cattle.
Well, that's what they do.
No,
They're
but no, they were just 10 minutes at a time of cowboys chasing cattle, and you know, I mean, I didn't sign up to see rodeo. I signed up to see a show with a plot.
Well, that was part of the plot because, you know, the kid that they sent to Texas had to learn how to be a cowboy. I don't want to be a spoiler, but you know, it was a good show. Has everybody watched it here, or
No,
just...
no, most of the people look like they haven't watched it. And nobody else has watched it here, right? Besides
Did
Phil
they
and-
talk about that part of the park where you can murder somebody?
Yeah.
Get away with it?
Yeah, that's called the train station.
The train station. They refer to it as the train station. And
Hey,
re-
let me take you to the train station.
It's right. It's right over the state line into Wyoming, and they say that people drop bodies there because nobody looks. You know, and
Well, there's
nobody
no
cares.
jurisdiction. You can't be prosecuted. There's no jurisdiction there.
Oh, really? Was that the thing?
You can't get a fair trial.
Oh, so
because
you've seen the show?
No, I just know about the story about the. It's called the dead zone or something like that.
Yeah.
The
is-
Yellowstone Park.
That's true. There really is that.
Well, technically, I mean, I wouldn't test it. I wouldn't kill anybody and see if
Well,
you can
it's
get.
probably
away
not
with
true now. In 1883 or whatever, yeah.
So what did
Well,
you do
there's
on What did you do on New Year's, Phil?
New Year's, I was probably asleep by 9. New Year's Day, I was supposed to have lunch with a friend of mine, and she came down with COVID. So that got canceled, and I ended up not going to Mill Valley to the Buckeye.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, what did I do Sunday? Did I have lunch with you, Alan? Sunday?
Yes, yes.
And
the Mexican
You see how
food.
memorable that was, Phil?
yeah, but there was like 4 people. This restaurant could probably seat 400 people, and there were 4 people there.
That's right.
Myself, Faye, and Alan's roommate. So
Yeah.
it was it was okay. We had a nice lunch.
And of course, I know that on New Year, Charlie spent New Year with me. We did.
I didn't see that. I saw the show afterwards.
Yeah.
I loved your comment about Alan wanted to come on the Monday show. You don't have to worry about that. It's too early for me to get up.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Yeah.
It was cute though.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I was hoping you weren't listening when I said it, but
Well, I wasn't listening to the show live, but I played it back later on. I found it. It was cute.
Well, it's just, it's funny. On that show, there's a very nice mix of people. And they're all very civil with each other, and they don't argue.
I've watched the show, and I probably wouldn't fit well in the mix.
And they don't get political. And it's
That's
just,
why I don't call.
yeah. No, we have a nice time. I actually had somebody who wrote me and was fearful that on New Year's Eve, Alan was going to call.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And I had to inform the person that, well, if he calls, I got to answer. Okay, that's the way I am. He wants to be part of the mix, fine.
I thought I would come on one Monday and turn my mic off. And just say
and just
hi,
sit there and just be a
sit there and
square.
watch.
Yeah. But
I like when Andrew Deutsch is on. He's really funny.
he's very funny.
Yeah, he is.
He's very
Oh.
funny. But it's a whole it's some of our people, but basically it's a whole different mix. So it has a whole different feel about it. I call it the nice show. And I was saying the other day that I say so much about how much I love the Monday show, the pop-up show, that I feel that my people on the Ramble are getting to feel like I'm taking, what can I call it? I'm
favorites. You're playing favorites.
I'm playing favorites. Yeah, like I have a favorite child, and I keep talking about them. But
Yeah.
but I like you guys too.
No, okay. Well, we like you too.
Yeah. Well.
Thank you for the $10 to say that, Phil.
Yeah. By the way, did anybody send me a ruler?
So the last show that we did.
Wait a minute. It's a
on your
ruler. What did I get? It was a ruler,
talcum powder,
talcum powder. Then it was you.
and something else. So on the last show, we were talking about, does Amazon have anything that can get shipped to you and bought for under $1? So I went on Amazon and found 2 or 3 things and shipped them to you.
Okay.
And they were all under $1 a piece.
Well, let me go over and get them. And I'll show you what was sent. Okay.
Free
They were
shipping.
all $1.
It probably
all
costs more to ship them than
I was gonna say, is that free
Well,
shipping if you're a
I
Prime?
have Amazon Prime, so it costs me a yearly fee, and that's it.
You're losing on that.
So first of all, let me see here. Let me put on my earphones again.
I was looking for a new prostate.
Here we
for
are.
Alex, but I
Okay,
couldn't.
first of all, this
A ruler,
a ruler,
69 cents.
69 cents on Amazon. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, very nice.
How much was this Gold Bond?
It's supposed to be 1 ounce of like Gold Bond talcum powder, right? And
Yeah.
it was like 89 cents.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't want to spend too
Could you
much.
have sent only one of these things and they would have sent it?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. And then
Or
this,
Amazon
this
Prime.
is kind of like The Price is Right. So how much is this?
Let's keep the looting.
That was also 89 cents.
That was also
They're
89.
actually pretty tasty.
So
like Ludens.
total you spent, how much was this again?
The total, including tax, was like $3.22,
Wow. Wow.
and it's free shipping right to your door.
What a waste of time for Amazon, huh?
What a generous sport. He has nothing to do. It wouldn't matter if he slept 24 hours a day. He has nothing to do.
Yeah, except send
You
me.
know, Phil's just pissed because he has to work.
Hey, I hired somebody today.
Oh, good, good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope she starts Monday, so I hope it works out.
Well,
You know,
I
last
don't
couple
think you
ones
can
found out
consider.
who
I
confirmed
don't
left.
think considering employing a prostitute is considered an employee. But
Yeah.
if you want to consider it that, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, no, she's a very nice person, has some experience, and thank God, I was starting to really burn out.
Really?
Yeah, he's really getting burnt out on having to work. All the money he's
Well,
making.
it's very hard for employers to find people to work
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
And part of it is people go, why should I? You know?
You can go to work around here at Walmart for $18 an hour, or you can go to work for Phil for $15 an hour.
Hey, you know, I heard that on the news they said that in some parts of the country, a family of 4
Yeah.
can $108,000 a year by not working. You know, between all of the different benefits.
Well,
I don't.
That's
Not
not
anymore. They
call
cut a lot of
BS
those
on that.
benefits out.
well, like I don't get any of those benefits. All I get is my Social Security, and I
We-
get
we
my
need to
I
get-
have
we
a
need to
I
get
have
Trump
about
back to send us
$900 a
money.
month as my after pension. You know,
$400,000 a month.
well, they just raised our Social Security.
Yeah, but then they raised the cost of Medicare. So they took it with one hand and they gave it back with another.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for I think the Medicare is costing more than the Social Security. There are people like me that collect the Social Security, and I'm not old enough for Medicare, so I get a couple of years of benefit that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I love being on Medicare. I haven't paid a dime for medical treatment since I got on it.
Well, something happened.
But
to
you had something from the state of Texas, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. So your supplemental is being taken care of by the state of
by the
Texas.
state.
Right.
They pay the 20%. Medicare pays the 80%.
Wow, that's nice. That's
Yeah,
a nice deal.
Yeah. Well, because you were what, a teacher? What were you in?
No, I was a systems analyst for the state comptroller.
Oh, okay. All right. See, that's cool.
Yeah.
IT.
Charlie, that would mean that you're CIA.
Can I
Actually,
say?
I was recruited by the CIA.
Yeah. Didn't you know that about him?
I knew you played baseball.
He was recruited by the CIA, and
Really?
you turned him down, right?
I turned him down.
Yeah.
Why'd you turn him down?
Well, this was in 1976, and I wasn't gonna. How could I tell my friends I worked for the CIA in 1976?
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, it's supposed to be kept quiet.
Well, you're supposed to tell your family. You got to tell your family and stuff. You know?
So you end up, when you work for a law enforcement agency like I did, about a third of my friends disappeared when I became a cop because they were pot smokers or whatever,
Yeah.
and they felt I would turn them in. I wouldn't turn them in. What do I care?
What did the CIA want to hire you for? As a systems analyst?
They wanted me to read Russian scientific literature to track Russian scientific advance.
Do you know how to read Russian?
I was fluent in Russian back in 1976.
God, the things we don't
That's pretty
things,
smart.
things we don't know
Yeah,
about
no shit, huh?
about Charlie. We
Charlie,
just-
did you see that thing? I think it was on Netflix called The Americans.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah, I
watched the
love
first-
that
that was
show
good.
because I could actually
Yeah.
understand a lot of the Russian they were
That was
talking.
good.
that was
Charlie,
another
how'd
shit.
you
That
learn
was,
Russian?
huh?
I minored in it in college.
Oh,
He's got a
okay.
PhD in a couple different things.
No, I have a PhD. No, I was always interested in Russian literature. I loved Dostoevsky in high school.
Artistic Crime and Punishment. That was a great
Yeah.
book.
They even named a drink after him, the Black Russian.
Ah.
I've been binging on this podcast about the Russian Revolution called The Revolutions. It's just a podcast. I don't know. I never really, knew the history of Russia, but I got into this podcast and it's really interesting.
Talking about the history of Russia, what do you think is going on right now in between? Was it Ukraine and Russia?
They're not getting along.
I know that Russia's going to invade.
I don't know.
I don't know if
I
Russia's.
wouldn't put anything past Putin.
No?
No,
Yeah.
no.
I think he's saber rattling because he wants something out of somebody. You know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think what he really wants is for
He
the
wants to own
United
Ukraine.
States to promote and for everybody to promote that Ukraine does not become part of NATO.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he really wants.
Right.
And if he can get some assurances to that, he won't do anything. You know?
So they'll become part of the European Union. That'll really screw them up.
Yeah, that could be. But he doesn't want to be part of NATO. And that's his. He's using this as this is a you know, what do you call it?
Yes, he's positioning himself.
I'm so screwed up, folks. I'm getting so old. I can't even talk straight.
You don't look a day over 90.
I don't know why I'm still doing this.
Are you
know?
constipated?
Am I constipated? No.
Well, then you probably don't have one of the 7 signs of Alzheimer's.
Is that one of the 7 signs of Alzheimer's?
You can't remember.
What, you can't remember to take a dump? Is that what it is?
So you have that sign, is what you're saying, Phil. You go to do a carpet one thing in Florida, and the first thing out of your mouth is, "I'm constipated. I can't shit," at the hotel.
Yeah.
Is that one of the signs of Alzheimer's? I never heard that. It's funny though.
I can't remember if it's Alzheimer's or dementia because I got one of the signs.
No. There are 7 signs of Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
The first sign is
Good
I can't
answer.
remember that.
there are 6 signs of Alzheimer's.
Now they say
With the first floor on.
memory is there's normal signs that
You're really worried about this, aren't you?
He is.
Okay,
He's
well,
not-
tell me what the signs are.
Yeah.
can't remember. All I remember was constipation. That was the only one I had. But the thing is that there are signs that you think that you may have it, and some things are just normal. Like if other people your age walk into a room and don't remember why they walked into the room. I mean, I've got that, but that's
I walk into the kitchen to go get something, and halfway there, I forget what I'm going into the kitchen for.
Other people your age have the same thing, so that's completely normal. But if you don't know where you are and you're disoriented and things like that, those are signs. And if you have trouble, you can't do tasks. That's not a problem. I can think in abstracts, and so I just have some of the normal signs of age.
I just forget a lot of terms and stuff like that now. Which I mean, do I sound that way on the air, or am I pretty fluent?
No.
You're fine.
You ever forget what you were going to Google? You're looking at the page.
Oh well, that's Google
And
fatigue.
John's only 50.
No, I'm 64.
Are you really?
You know what I think should be one of the 7 signs of Alzheimer's is going onto YouTube and endlessly watching videos.
Oh,
Because I find myself. Do you find yourself doing that now? I'm lying there on the bed going, "Oh,
Hours and hours.
Yeah, I get lost like a
the
black
10
hole.
things about Dean Martin you didn't know." Boom.
on Facebook.
I like watching the old stuff. Yeah.
Press one thing, and all of a sudden you see 40 TikToks of you're not wearing your uniform.
Well, TikTok's another one though. Forget about that. TikTok, you just go boom, boom, boom. You know.
They got stupid music on TikTok. They have Trump doing a dance on TikTok.
Well, who cares? I mean, they also have some women with huge hooters.
There's a new site. I think it's Gabber or Grabber or something. It's a conservative site to compete with Twitter.
You mean Parlor?
Getter.
No, it's Gabber or something.
Getter.
Getter. That's it.
Better, yeah.
Getter?
So I signed up for it the other morning,
Of course.
and you know what?
You forgot your password.
No, I think that it's got the Chinese are blasting it because all the language was in Chinese, even though I checked to make sure it was I had tagged English, and the other thing is the writing on a lot of the things was Chinese, and so I think what is it when they hack a site, and so I think it was hacked by the Chinese. So I got rid of it. I didn't, because they asked you for a password, they asked you for a name, your date of birth, your age. And I figured, all right, the chase is on. The Chinese.
Anytime they ask too much, you don't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah, the Chinese have my shit.
They probably got me.
I got one the other day that said, and here's how stupid they are, though, is I got a text that said, your HSBC account is being closed because of unscrupulous activity. In order to check it out, click here. And I'm thinking to myself, how do they know I have an HSBC account? In fact, they don't, because I don't have an HSBC account.
I get the same thing for Wells Fargo. Your Wells Fargo credit card has been compromised.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. And it says click here. I never click because I don't have a Wells Fargo.
Well, you click on it and it says it's been compromised.
Yeah.
You've been compromised. I get the your Amazon order cannot be delivered.
Yeah.
Here. Like, I didn't order anything from Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what they do is they send out spam, like, tens of thousands. And once in a while, somebody will be on Amazon or Wells Fargo or HSBC.
But here's the thing. Look, we live in a time when we've got great computers out there. We can create a thing called the iPhone that's it's a computer in your hand, literally. And we do all this, and yet we can't do anything to stop that crap?
No. I don't think they want to.
What?
I don't think they want to.
You don't want people from being scammed?
No, I think
companies don't.
Stop it. I mean, the internet belongs to America, the American government, doesn't it?
No.
It was,
It was developed for colleges.
Those are the ones that hand out all the shit and the licenses and so forth. Why couldn't the government put a stop to this?
They should be able to.
Because corporations don't want it.
Marjorie Taylor Greene just lost her account.
Thing that they're stopping, and that's not the government, that's Twitter itself, was free speech. But from my side of the aisle.
Wait a minute, free speech?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How do you consider Twitter a home for free speech?
Well, what I'm saying is,
isn't it owned by a private company that can do anything with its site they want to do?
But they're using the internet, which is not private, and it was developed by the government.
They're paying to use the internet.
Well, that's great. I could pay to use Twitter.
No, all I'm saying is that my feeling is that if Twitter is a private company, and if they don't want Marjorie Taylor Greene on their platform, they have every right to say no. Now, maybe I'm taking a position you should be taking because you're the conservative in this group, and you should stand up for Twitter doing whatever they want to do.
Marjorie Taylor Greene and AOC should have their platforms. I don't agree with what AOC is saying, but of course, I was probably looking at her because I wanted to sleep.
The only reason why they went after Marjorie Taylor Greene is because she was spreading absolute utter lies.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter.
Because it
does matter because the government has turned around.
He's lying about that, just like Trump.
There were.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Because the fact is, the matter is, Phil, that you want these sites to be responsible, right? And and they're being called to the account to be responsible by the government. And then when they get responsible and it's not on your side,
it's not responsible. It's called. There's a First Amendment, and they're not honoring a right.
No, there is no First Amendment, Phil. It's a privately owned organization. Right. It's a stockholders organization. Right. It is a private organization. The First Amendment does not apply to anything on that platform or on Facebook.
The government can't.
In the old days, you had a soapbox. You went down to the square or the park. Mm-hmm. You stood on top of the soapbox, and you could state what it is that you wanted to state.
Not in every city.
Public place.
Yeah, public place.
Still do that.
Well, this is
Not a public place.
they're just monetizing it, and
All I'm saying, Phil,
But
is
they
that
own it,
you're
Phil.
wrong in your assumption that this is the First Amendment applies. It doesn't apply.
It doesn't
apply to private individuals.
Nope.
And the difficulty is you don't have the ability to get rid of it.
I mean, if I get rid of you, okay, on this program right now, saying I don't like what you're saying, I think it's dangerous speech, and I get rid of you, don't I have a right to get rid of you?
Of course you do.
Well, you do, but
you do.
I mean,
Question
the only
is-
reason I don't have the right to get rid of you is because I like to feel that anybody can have access to this program. Okay? As long as they're respectful of everybody else. That's the only thing that really bothers me,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if some guy Nazi came on spouting Nazi-ass bullshit, you would kick him off. just
probably.
because-
If he was
And Phil
outwardly
would be right
racist,
there
yeah.
kicking him off too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Bill would kick him off too.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not doubting that.
I'm not saying that you can yell fire in a crowded theater,
Well,
but
that's essentially what she's doing.
I don't think everything she's saying is wrong.
It doesn't mean everything, but she keeps saying over and over again false information about vaccines.
About vaccine. This was basically, it was over vaccines, wasn't it?
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
And I would probably get rid of somebody who was giving out false information about vaccines too.
If they flagged her as false, you go on Facebook and all of a sudden you see a picture and it's got a little eyeball and it says false, and you can click on it and then you can see what it is that the person posted. Why not do the same thing? If they feel that she's spreading misinformation, you label it misinformation, and then you let.
Well, you see, but what they feel, and they're in a very thorny position, okay? Because people could accuse them of being dangerous to the public by allowing dangerous views to go across, things that impinge on the public health and welfare, okay? And that's what they kicked her off for.
That's what they kicked Trump off for too.
Yeah.
They
For
kicked.
dangerous comments.
So he couldn't do the same thing. In 2016, Trump got elected because all the media thought he was a joke, and they gave him so much free press,
Yep.
They were right.
and getting elected.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to make that same mistake in now. So they've
That's a good thing.
well, you.
What did you hear that guy? His crony on TV yesterday, basically admitting that they were trying to do a coup. He
They were
just
trying
came
to
out
cheat.
flat out and said the goal was to send the electors back to the
Now,
to the states.
let me ask
That's
you-
basically a coup.
me
Just
ask you
flat
this.
out admitted it.
Now Ivanka Trump said that she asked her father to try to stop what was going on at the Capitol. Do you think that any of those people that were at the Capitol had the ability to hear a message from Donald
We
Trump?
don't know. There may be some people who were listening to the news.
Maybe some.
Yeah, and they would have passed the word on to everybody else. My question is, Phil, how do you feel about the fact that your boy, who you love and would suck off if he were here in a second, how do you feel that this guy waited, what was it, 95 minutes, something like that?
Oh, 187 minutes, over 3 hours.
Over 3 hours before he said anything. And then when he recorded 2 speeches, 2 of them they decided not to run because they didn't do the job. They were too nice. They were too almost incendiary. So finally he did one in which he said, well, and I love you all. But, how do you feel about the fact that he did nothing to try and stop this insurrection?
What could he have done?
He could have done, if he just tried to do something. He didn't
Well,
try
he
to
ordered
do
the
something.
National
He
Guard.
didn't try to do something. Even Hannity, the biggest douchebag in America, was calling Mark Meadows and saying, will you tell him to do something about this? Yes,
John.
John.
Perhaps he shouldn't have been lying about it for the whole year before the election about it being a fraud, and then calling everybody to come to the Capitol and attack and fight with the to stop the electors. Maybe then the thing would.
The bottom line is, while this was going on, Phil, why did he not call the National Guard to stop it?
Because it was up to Pelosi to do that. But
No,
No,
bullshit.
it wasn't.
Bullshit.
Why
From the President of the United States.
getting back to what John said,
Wait a minute. Were you serious when you said Pelosi's job was to do that?
It's like the Riddler.
Pelosi was in the fucking building being attacked.
They were trying to
You
get
wouldn't expect her
him.
to do anything.
yeah, she said that she didn't want the police. She didn't prepare for it. She knew that this could have been something that could have taken place, and she didn't. She and Bowser, for the mayor, and
Bowser was the mayor? You mean
I thought it
the
was
guy who was in
Sha-na-na.
Sha-na-na?
That's
No,
such
I used to
a-
love that show.
the mayor of.
Come
Of
on, Phil. Don't shift the blame.
well, that's hey, you're shifting the blame, but let me.
Oh yeah, Trump
The
didn't have
President
anything
of
to
the
do with
United
it.
States.
Phil, you've got to admit that Trump didn't do anything.
Trump kept saying that it was a fraud for the last year, just to answer John's thing.
No, but he was calling it a fraud ahead of time in case he had to call it a fraud. But he didn't know whether it was going to be a fraud or not.
Turns out that in, Georgia now they've got credible people that have exposed the fact that there was enough, like several 100,000 fraudulent votes.
Bullshit.
Well,
When they counted the vote again, they had more votes for Biden.
no. They're saying that there was all of these.
Phil, what are the creditable sources?
Well, it didn't say that, but this
Marjorie Taylor Greene counted them out.
Fox TV.
68 court cases. Not one shred of evidence was presented.
Yeah, well, they've got evidence now.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
bullshit. Why didn't they have evidence before?
Because it took time. No,
The first sign of Alzheimer's.
The first sign of Alzheimer's is thinking that Trump won the election.
Right.
Yeah.
okay.
We know it's the first sign because Phil's got it.
They still haven't released any proof. They still haven't presented any proof to the January 6th Commission or to the FBI.
Yeah, here's the headline: Georgia begins probe of illegal 2020 ballot harvesting, and
Who is starting that? Who is starting that? Who is starting that? Is it the same kind of people that were doing the thing in Arizona that wound up giving Biden more votes?
this is Brad Raffensperger, who. So what they say is,
Well, what does he do for a living?
he's the Georgia Secretary.
Secretary of State. Georgia.
It says state officials in Georgia are now investigating allegations that ballot harvesting practice is unlawful in the state.
What is ballot harvesting?
I'll tell you in a minute. That was used widely during the November 2020 general election and the U.S. Senate runoff elections that followed 2 months later. Let's see if I can find what it says ballot harvesting is, or somebody can look it up.
You don't even know what it is, and you're quoting him on ballot harvesting.
I know,
So,
but I
so
want.
let's give
Made report cards, but
Bill.
Yeah, you know what
Bill,
ballot harvesting is?
Bill?
It's called campaigning and
Bill,
trying to get
Bill,
people to vote for you.
wait, Phil.
give me your money.
Let's give you the you're right, and Georgia screwed up. Is there enough electoral votes to change the presidential elect? No.
There's enough votes to change the Senate.
Really?
What?
I think Trump screwed.
What do you mean is enough to change the
Parties,
Senate? We're not
delegate
talking
vote.
about a Senate, the outcome of the election for the Senate. We're talking about the outcome for the presidency and the electoral votes for that.
I understand, but the ballot harvesting could have changed the outcome of the Senate election. Anyway, they say that they have credible
Wait a minute. I
allegations.
thought you said a moment ago this was about the electoral college
Right.
votes.
No. This is about ballot harvesting, and
And this was in the Senate race.
both the presidential race and the
Okay.
Senate
You're
race.
confusing me, Phil, and you're confusing yourself, to be honest.
First.
Races. It was the 2020 presidential race, and 2 months later, the Senate races in Georgia. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, right. Don't send it to me.
Yeah.
Because when you send it to me, I don't read it.
You just delete it.
Yeah.
That's one of the first signs of Alzheimer's.
I see. Okay. No,
Not putting up with bullshit. That's a sign of Alzheimer's.
Yeah. I just don't understand you, Phil. I just don't understand you.
I don't understand why Twitter didn't.
Look, you have
cut Trump off
wait a minute,
earlier.
Alan. You have dinner with this guy. He's,
Okay.
He's a decent enough guy that you'll have dinner with him, especially since he
Absolutely.
picks up the check, right? Anyway, but the fact of the matter is, he's a really decent guy to know and to have as a friend, and yet he's a
Absolutely.
complete moron where this is concerned. I don't get it.
Okay, Big Al. Here is the definition of ballot harvesting. See,
No.
I thought it was like a phone.
no, half
There we go.
have allow someone besides the voter to return a voter's mail-in ballot. According to this, Democrats challenged Arizona and ballot harvesting. Well, anyway, so it's turning in somebody else's ballot, but there were a significant number of ballots that could have turned the Senate race and possibly the presidential election for Georgia. That there was a significant number of ballots that weren't mailed out, but were delivered by.
Yeah, well, maybe those people they were delivering them for were indigent and old and couldn't get down there themselves, so they asked somebody to do it for them.
Maybe they were phony ballots.
Oh, maybe is the big term here. Maybe.
Maybe.
or for
Maybe they
Or
would.
it could have been for Trump.
the state. And it seems as though they also had a number of people voting, requesting ballots who lived out of state. Anyway, there's enough shenanigans.
Oh yeah.
here.
Oh, I'm
Absolutely.
worried about our democracy now.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
shenanigans with Republicans voting more than one.
Do you see where Jimmy Carter today came out with a statement that he has spent his pretty much later life going around the world trying to stop voter fraud and voter fixing and so on, and he thinks maybe the worst place anywhere now is the United
Right.
States
Here.
in denying people their right to vote.
Well, we're basically on the verge of losing our fucking government and democracy. You know?
Thank
Well, he
you,
tried to
thank
do
you,
that a year
Donald
ago.
Trump.
Your president can't remember where it is.
That's because that's the first sign of Alzheimer's.
Right.
He's checking boxes.
He's got dementia, I think.
Who?
I don't know.
Alzheimer's was Trump. Biden's dementia. We got it.
Yeah. No, Alzheimer's is me and Alex, but
But I'm reading this stuff about the ballot harvesting in Georgia, and the whole thing is the whole story is coming from an organization called True the Vote, which is a right-wing Republican,
Yep.
lobbying firm. So, are you going to believe those guys? Come on.
yes,
Yes, he will.
They
Oh,
care.
he'll believe anything that plays into his perception of things.
After the election, Alex kept asking me, "Hey, don't you admit that Trump lost? Don't you admit that Trump lost?" He was trying to shore up, the fraudulent election that had taken place, and he wanted me to buy.
Phil, do you think the election was fraudulent?
Of course, Trump said.
It was right there that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Let me just say something quickly before we finish this. We have a governor. Her name is Kathy Hochul. She took over from Cuomo when he got upended. And it seems as though in the last couple of days, the Attorney General of the state of New York, or the district attorney of Albany, has stated that they are not going to press charges against Cuomo.
Yep.
That they don't have enough credible evidence in order to convict him. Okay?
Does he get his job back?
God, I wish he could, because this woman is doing a terrible job during COVID. I mean,
Yeah.
we would have numbers would not be as high as they are right now if Cuomo was governor.
Well, Adams is continuing the lockdowns and the mandates that
Thank God. Thank God.
your outgoing guy, de Blasio, put in.
Yeah.
Thank God. That's going to protect people, Phil.
What does God have to do with it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
So, all I'm saying is,
I just think that's all.
it's interesting that Adams, although Adams is more pro-police, and
I wonder why.
it's the police because he was a cop.
Of course.
And so, people are optimistic that he's going to bring business back to New York. And, I could imagine continuing the mandates because he doesn't know one way or another what the right thing to do is. And so it's like my mother. She, if you asked her, can I go do something? She would say no. She didn't even know what it was you wanted to do. She'd say no because no was safe. She didn't have to. Yes, meant that I did something, wrecked another car. But no was safe, and maybe that's what's going on in New York.
Yeah. Well, all I know is
Faith
that
is good right now.
all I know is that I wish that that Cuomo were governor right now because Hochul's doing a terrible job of administering this whole pandemic.
Maybe he should run again.
He can actually, and I bet if he did, he'd get elected.
Probably so.
I'd vote for him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I heard that there's a job opening at CNN, and he wouldn't have to change the nameplate.
The name on the parking space, I think, is the joke here. I think that whole thing that went down, and and who's running for governor now? Hochul.
Hochul, and also the prosecutor. The Attorney General, state of New York.
No, she said she wasn't going to now.
Right.
Yeah.
What about the
Bill doesn't follow the rules.
De Blasio. De Blasio says he's running.
How about Dr. Oz? Isn't he running?
No, that's down in Pennsylvania. He's running for Senate, I think.
How about the pillow guy? He's running too, isn't he?
Oh, talking about the pillow guy. I bought 2 of those goddamn pillows, and they give me a neck ache. I'm not
good. I told you.
Why did you go buy him? Did you go buy him because he's
comfortable
acting like a fucking moron?
because Alan said that they're the best pillow he ever had, and I'm here to tell you that those pillows suck.
I don't know. Faye seems to like her pillow, doesn't she?
She doesn't either. It's on the floor.
Uh huh.
He took it out.
It's
trying to put you on the floor.
Now is the pillow you put between your legs. Okay.
I would, except it's big. It doesn't crush.
The pillow is that. You got to clarify that.
What?
Is Mehmet Oz actually?
Get your money back.
Mehmet Oz is running for, I think, is it Senate in Pennsylvania?
Senate,
In Ohio, isn't it?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So anyway,
but he's
a whack job.
You know who he's running against? He's running against that guy. I think was the Secretary of State, and he was the one that made the bet with the dude in Texas, where he said if you can find the guy in Texas said I'll give you $1 million if you can find any fraudulent voters.
Yeah.
So he found the fraudulent voters, but they were Trump voters. And the guy said, "Hey, where's my $1 million?"
Yeah.
That guy's pretty good. He's gonna win. I like that guy.
yeah. Anyway, hey, listen, there's our theme song.
Yeah. There's also that guy running in Georgia, the athlete, who I think.
Herschel Walker.
That guy is stupid.
Yeah. I think so.
Isn't he the guy that won't get won't get the vaccine?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't
He's
care.
anti-vaccine, I think.
I don't care. Hey, listen, Phil, thank you for sticking around tonight.
We didn't beat up on you too hard, Phil.
Yeah.
He
can take it.
He can stand up for himself.
And Alan, thank you. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you so much, Tony. You calmed down. You must have stopped drinking the coffee. I
got a better background than him.
Jeff has been pretty quiet tonight, but good having you here, Jeff. And John Larkin, thank you very much. Everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye back at you, okay? There they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our group. Let me get rid of them here for a second. Let me just sign them all off. And the reason I do that is so that I'm in sync and everything. It makes me feel good. Hey, listen, The Intersection is next with Jack Bishop. I'll be back again right here tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, Tell her I love her, okay? And by the way, wear a mask, will you? Or if you don't wear a mask, get an inoculation. If you don't do those other things, just don't leave the house. Leave us alone. Good night, everybody. Bye.